Okay, I'm going to be going and watching over kids that make me kind of scared for my life and their life this weekend.
Nice. Can you turn on the game so I can see if the game's working? Yes, okay. Wow, that's loud. Make sure to down it.
Well, we had it up really high for our Diva X game. Because we actually need to hear the the music then. That works for me. I don't really need to have the sound here. And then I guess you can just tell people like, hey, we're being kind of late, but you know, if you want to join us, come join us. Why are there so many freaking versions of Tiki? Just why? I don't. That's for sure. That's why I desired the knowledge as to why there's so many freaking versions of Tiki. Okay, I'm gonna put my random unit there and see if she kills it. Yeah. Nope, she just killed the entire team. Great. I hate this. No, it's whichever one has the blue scarf. Yeah, I hate when I'm like, here's my team that literally killed the entire 9 battles and then it gets stopped by something that isn't even the bonus unit. It's just some other random unit that's like OP and my characters just happen to be stupid on autoplay. You all good? Cool. Yeah, we're being gamers. We're also being depressed, so you can only be in here if you have one of those 2 qualities. Yeah, I need to get to bed on time for one. Cool, I'm on stuff. I'm not on any medical stuff because I do not yet have Medicaid because for some reason
Medicaid, let's go.
I know you put it in for literally a week ago and then like they got back to you in like a week. I did it like months ago and they're just like, you know, your file just got lost.
Do you see where my phone is? No.
Well, there it is.
I think you were looking.
Now you know.
Hi, welcome to our stream.
You want if you want to tilt the camera a little bit more, no, then they can see you in your little chair. See?
I'll only be here for a little bit.
But it's only half your face. I feel like we should.
That's good. You don't need to see me. You are the important one.
I'm just.
I'm gonna be at my desk for a while, and I'm just sitting here.
So Mountain's gonna notify the Discord people. We're got kind of a late stream going today. Just because we everyone came home. It's Pi Day. Obviously, that's a bigger event happening here, so we forgot it was Thursday. And I almost forgot we were going to stream here. So we're going to do what we continued last week, I believe, and continue with this My Magic playthrough that I'm working on. Right now we're in the annoying part of it where they're like, you know what we need in the strategy game? A puzzle stealth section.
Dang, I got a show on Saturday. 7:45 p.m. 9:15 performance. That's my sleepy time. That's why I got a honk shoot.
I thought you go on at the end.
We do. Let's look at music.
So this is a thing that's always hard to do with the
Olivia, you wanna come sit over here?
joystick because you have to.
You can come line my painting. Do you wanna come look at it? I'll be back in probably an hour.
Yeah.
We just put out the guys from I'll text you guys.
Or even just like bring me up whatever you have, like just a small portion.
Bring me in.
I'll text you guys one more.
That's fine.
But
What did you say?
I like how they're like, oh no, the traitor, he's okay. So to catch us up from where we left off last time, we finished our elf campaign. Now we're the dude Godric here, my dude. Only the guys actually I feel like improved really at all with the art here. Like the new art style is definitely not improving girls because they made all their eyes way too big. But the guys looked like, you know, like better. So the fun part about this is that it takes you like 3 battles before you get any extra kind of unit. So these battles usually can just range into like very tedious, to be entirely honest, because you have one type of unit and they charge up only so fast, and the other team though, they have multiple kinds of units, so you're like, wow, I'm really at an unfair advantage right now. And yeah, if you get unlucky with these, this battle can take a stupid amount of time. Like, you know, there's a difference between like being hard and just being like, well, I'm just not getting a good selection of units right now. Not to mention you're, again, level 1 at this point, so you're like, cool, hope I don't see all those people charging up right now? That's enough to kill me. Hopefully I'll block a couple of those or have my own people attack in the meanwhile. Because otherwise, I'd be dead. I'm gonna make a couple of walls here. So, first. So yeah, so, we're kind of just hanging up and doing stuff. So we're gonna be doing this game right now, and like we said, I wasn't originally sure that I was gonna go beyond the campaigns with Anwin's story, but then we kind of got a preview of what some of the undead units were, and I really do love the undead units, so we're gonna go at least as far as the undead campaign, because that girl's cool, so we're gonna do that. Hopefully. Again, the biggest thing I've noticed with this, game so far has been, like, this seems to be the oh, that's gonna hurt. Seems to be, like, you know, based off the port to the PC instead of the one based from, you know, the actual game is originally for the Nintendo DS. So it seems that they made some like changes in that, which I'm not entirely down for. Like, I've already said a couple of things that were nerfed in the Elf campaign, so we'll see if anything got nerfed in Godric campaign. I don't know if it has been yet. We'll find out as we go. But I really hope they haven't, because honestly, his was pretty balanced. But then, like, you know, they got into the other one. Like, Anwin's was, like... I will say, sprite work already, I think the sprite work is better. And maybe that's just because I thought the artwork in the Elf was better in, like, the sprite thing. But in this one, since pretty much all of his units are humans, like, they're knights in some form or another. So, like... in this case, they're like, oh, well, originally they all just looked like nameless people that had like a sword, or they had a lance, or they had a bow, and now they're like, well, now we got the archers have the little archer helmets, and now the sword people don't have helmets, now the lance people have the little skull-looking helmets because they got black eyes, so they look like they're dead inside. But you know, and I killed that guy in one hit, no me. But you know, so sprite work I think is a little bit better so far in his. Again, I've only seen the basic units, but so far I'm thinking the sprite work's a little bit better for him. I still think it's weird that with it. Okay, good. And now I'm getting the archers. That's good. Should I be reading this?
Probably.
Okay, long story short,
I mean, you can always summarize in just like the interesting things. For people like me who are not looking.
We're not really in the story-based stuff at this point. Again, I've been through this game a lot of times. So the long and the short of it is, this guy's joining me because Godric came home after his whole deal with Anwin, and you know, I ship it and everything like that. They had their whole like little arc in the Elf area. No, the Godric and Anwin or Elf and Human. Well, no, the whole thing that she's like, my dad has died, my people are in danger, and then she's like, oh, that human boy might be alive, let's go save him, and it was like, wow, you switched tracks so fast. And then the moment the, like, you know, we have to find the Blade Binding, we have to avenge my father, and like, her cousin's like, we have to do all these other things to protect Elves, and she's like, that human boy, I must save him. So that's why I'm like, yeah, exactly, that's why I'm like, if they ship them, I would definitely be down for that, because I'm like, I think that's illegal. Anyway, so the point is that he's just finished his thing. And, now you are in camera, Melon.
No, I was living my hidden life.
To be fair, you were in camera before, and now we can see more than half your face.
Dressing up my Neopets in case you want to know what's happening.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I'm playing
Thank you
Neopets.
for checking in. So Godric came home. He's here to tell them, essentially, that the elves and humans are being pitted against each other by demons, so he comes home to try and tell them that. He goes and says his name at the gate. They all point spears at him. He runs forward. Yeah, so apparently his his family house, because you know knights and lords and fealty and stuff like that. His family house, which is normally very highly honored, is considered. Yeah, they're considered traitors, by a certain Count Carlisle. Have you ever met a Carlisle in a game who's a good guy? They're always bosses. They're always evil guys. That's the name. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the guy that killed Joshua's father. I mean, mother.
And Carlisle, I think, is the name of Edward Cullen's father.
Yeah, that would make sense. I've never met a good Carlisle. I'm sorry for all the Carlisles out there, but there's in video games it doesn't ever seem to be a good name.
I don't know a single person in real life named Carlisle.
I think I might have known one Carlisle at some point. But so essentially he's here. He got some random swords people, and then I had to play hide and seek with some guards, and I fought some guys. Now this archer guy is joining me because he went and said no, Godric family wasn't traitors, and then they tried to kill him. So now he's joining us. So we're gonna pick up with that. I'll try and keep up with the dialogue. I'm not gonna do voices. I'm tired, but I don't do voices normally, yes. So you know.
You don't have to necessarily say what they're saying. You can just summarize.
So you know. I don't you just love speaking in medieval talk though?
The medieval talk.
I, my family, thank you, sir. I'm not used to being hunted in my own lands. And this, guys, may I join you? I'm going north to the Sleeping Stag Inn. It's refuge for loyal men who have fallen from favor. I also love that how like this is so D&D of them, where they're just like, we're going to the tavern because that's where all good adventures start, especially if you're on the run from the law. That's where they all go, you know?
So true, bestie.
They go to the tavern. Man, this is why we have to get to the undead area. I can't wait till we can get, like, the updated sprites for vampires, looks so much better. Let me see if I can find it on my original. I'm gonna show Madeline and we'll have her react in real time. But let me show you, like, what the vampire units used to look like in, this game. Let's see. Clash of Heroes.
Yeah, that vampire looks cool.
Well, I'm going to show you what they originally looked like. This is why.
I like the one with the cape.
Oh, let me see. Where's the original sprite? Vampire unit. Game have the other problem is that, like, you know, sometimes I'm like, is this, they're all showing me like the modern versions of them, like where's the old version of the game? That's the only other thing that I'm a little annoyed with the whole definitive edition, is that they're just like, this is the only version of the game, and I'm just kind of like, no, I still think in a lot of ways the first game was better. So far I'm split. I think the DS game is definitely still the superior of the two. But we'll see, and I'll let it keep going on. I'm gonna have to pull up the actual game. Of course, the other problem is searching vampire on the internet is also just a difficult task in and of itself, I think, so. Let's see. Let me see what I put for the DS. This is also a game I probably would buy on the DS so that I could get a physical copy of it, because it's a good game. I really love it a lot. Let's see. Nope, they're only showing the updated ones on this. Okay, where's the original DS game? Sorry, I wanted to show you this because this feels important to me. And we don't have an active audience at the moment anyway, so you know, I'm gonna look this up. So just
Hey, that's fine, girl.
So
what are you looking up?
I want to show you what the original vampire units look like. So how was your day at school today, Madeline? You taught kids valuable life lessons, I heard.
I wish I could tell you more, but I'm really so sincerely so exhausted. I will say, I taught them about Among Us. It was very funny.
You'll play through the original game? See, like, that's what the like Heroine originally looked like.
I remember looking it up last time.
Her eyes look better because they're not as large.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing I think helps. And I already showed you what Godric looked like. Fiona obviously looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the one for it on? DS.
I'm sleepy girl. I want to go sleepy.
Yeah.
I want to eat some snacks too, but my TV is so far away.
Did you have? Well, where are your snacks?
On my table. I just have to get up. I was trying to edit pictures for my kids. I had to post their photos. I will play you to wake you up and give you. I need to get back. So here's what I'll give you a hug. I'll hug you up.
And then I will show you.
I freaking cry. Among Us, good guy. Mungus. Hey man, that's awesome. I'm crying and I'm peeping my pants.
See, like like the LVs, I feel like just look better in the DS style.
Yeah.
They just look. I'll have to look it up later. I can't find it right now. But point being, the vampires used to look different. I just hate the fact that I'm trying to look up information about the DS game, and all I can find is, again, these sprites, because this is from the PC version. I'm gonna let this guy attack me and see how dangerous he is. If he's really strong, I'm just gonna run. Okay, we're going to... Yeah. I mean, I might as well see how bad. So this guy's either gonna kill me, and that'll just be what it is, or we might get lucky here. Also, just the things, like, some of these things definitely feel like they weren't, like, like the Definitive Edition, sure, but some of these things definitely feel like they were just taken from the PC and never cleaned up. Because some things, like look at how the ghost hair is. You see how there's kind of a little bit of pixelation around it when it moves? That's one of those things that makes me feel like, okay, this light feels like this wasn't properly, ported. Well, like, again, like I said, this is, like, I really honestly would have preferred a definitive edition that was, the original game, not the PC port, because I definitely think the PC port lacks in a lot of ways. Sprite art is definitely something that's hit or miss on. And like I said, there's already been some things I noticed, like, I said before, I hated the fact that they nerfed the unicorn, in, like, which is, like, one of the best units in the Elf campaign, and the fact that, like, normally it would go and put a shield across your entire front row, and now it's like, no, you just get it and the 2 units next to it. I'm like, well, then it's not even worth using. Just use any of that's the only reason you would use it, because it's weaker than the deer. So, like, the only reason to use the unicorn because it has a much better shield, but you have less of them. Like, you can only have 5 of them while you have like 7 deer. So, or maybe it was 10 deer and 7 unicorn. The point is, you could have more deer than you had unicorns, but the reason you used the unicorns because it had a really good shield ability. One thing kind of sucks. So those ghosts that are charging right now, when they're charging, they don't take any damage, which can be,
I was like, dang, bro, you're about to freaking die.
Well, we'll see what happens. That's for sure.
Why are you fighting ghost people? I thought the ghost people were good.
Because they're usually bad.
In my heart, they're always good.
Because,
why was the animation so good?
That's what I'm saying, like, it's, animation doesn't seem like... That's why I'm saying, for the Definitive Edition sort of thing, like, some things look fine. Like, the vampire looks very vastly improved, but other ones are just like, I don't feel this translated properly.
her move is really cool, but her animation feels slow and strange.
Well, I mean, the same thing, honestly, I felt was with how the deer worked. Like, they felt slow until they got going, and then they just shot forward. So, I'm probably gonna die here. So that's fine. I didn't think I was gonna win anyway. But, like, I want to show, like, the sprite work that was originally on these units, because, like, it's so different for some of them. Especially with what I'm seeing with the undead ones. Like, I just kind of want to go and compare those sort of things. Also, I hate that they put you to the loading screen.
When you die?
Yeah, well, because originally, like I told you, the screen just goes black, it shows your character just slumps over, and then it says end game. Instead, it's like loading screen. What do you have to load? This?
The words game and also over.
That's what, you don't have that to load. You know?
Yeah.
So, just, there's things about, this is also kind of the reason I never played the PC version, because I believe it or not, I actually have seen the PC port once. That's why I know that's where this is from. Because Elliot played it on PC once. More guards. There must be a pattern to patrol. If I study them, I can avoid capture. I hate that they make you do this like 3 times. It's so dumb. He didn't even... I'm clearly in the spot... Did you see that? I was clearly in the next spot. How the heck did he see me? Yeah, I hate this. Why we have to do... I don't even have a full team at this point, but yeah, we need to be doing stealth puzzles. That's clearly what this game was missing. The worst part is that you have to just wait for them to move. Did someone say...
Did someone say spirit elf?
Sprite. Did someone say...
Sprite elf? Oh, did someone say sprite? Sprite?
I probably did a minute ago.
Sprite. I'd love some Sprite.
I'm playing...
In the fridge, I'm playing
I'm honestly almost compelled to write, like, a video review about this just to compare the 2 editions, just because of how much I'm like, man, you know, some of these things just aren't as good. I should honestly write these things down. I have so many projects that I want to kind of, like, do, but I'm not doing. Like, just today, I was looking at, like, YouTube videos on how to learn how to crochet, because I used to knit at one point. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to crochet. Mainly because I'm really into, like, crochet animals right now. So I, like, wouldn't it be cool if I could just make those myself? You know? And then, well, Madeline and Olivia are going and making, like, you know, glass panes and earrings and stuff. So
what... You are definitely talking, I'm definitely watching. Or my kid goes, Among Us! What were you saying? I feel like I should be listening.
I mean, if you feel like it's...
Only because you mentioned my name.
I'm mentioning how you and, first demon plots in Ireland, and now my beloved homeland is gripped by madness. And why, by the breath of Elrath, would my family be branded as traitors?
Because you're rich. We love to eat the rich around here.
He's really not.
We love to eat the rich, Evie.
Knights are actually pretty low in terms of, like, the whole lord nobility thing. Like, they're above peasants, but, you know, they're not high. It's the reason there would still be a whole mess with, like, you know, Seth wanted to marry Eureka type of thing. It's like, you're like the lowest of the nobles versus the highest of the nobles. There's still a very big class difference. But I was just saying how you and Olivia are working on jewelry and glass panes and all this stuff. I'm like, well, if I learned how to crochet little animals or something, I could provide another product for you guys.
Yeah, so far, the progress has been absolutely
Ground
to a halt.
Sleeping Stag puzzle lock. We'll use the rhyme to help me remember. Sky is blue, grass is green, and night's blue, prime red. So, blue, green, red. Remember that, Madeline.
No.
Could you please?
Blue, green, red.
Thank you.
Someone else remember that. In terms of progress on the paintings, they have not been progressing. This week has been a grind. Especially, it's 2 special event weeks in a row, and Easter. And I just saw a video of me talking to my class, and hey, when I look at my face, I'm like, dang girl, you only talk with one half of your mouth. The other half of my mouth is like always downturned. And now I'm gonna eat celery really loudly over here.
These are nice. I don't.
Among Us good guy. Who wants to play Among Us with me?
Yeah, if you heard Sprite, it's probably because I was complaining about like the sprite work in this game, which I'm kind of torn on in some cases. What was it, blue, green, red? I hate this thing. I hate puzzles where you have to go and be like, hit the things. I hope you can hammer in the right order.
Blue, green, red, or you will be dead.
Okay.
Every day been Friday for the past 2 weeks. I just never get to the fun Saturdays.
I don't know. That's why sometimes I feel like, you know, again, I always feel like I'm picking up new hobbies and stuff like that and be like, this is the thing that's going to give me motivation in life. And then, like, by the end of the week, I always still feel tired. I'm like, how? I'm not even doing anything really by the end of the week. You know?
I don't know, man.
Well, it's just like I'm kind of going at it and looking like, you know, like again, today I was like feeling pretty productive. I posted some things, I finished some artwork I was working on, I exercised, I showered, I looked up videos and again to learn how to crochet, and like, you know, and you know, we're doing streaming now. But like then you just get the end of the day, and then when you look back, and then you're like, and then I almost sometimes dread the weekend more. You know that?
That's crazy. I
Because-
definitely do not.
Well, because that's the thing. Like during the week, if Dad's not here, mind you, and the house is quiet, I get the house to myself. I just watch out the dogs. I have a set routine. Like, you know, it's predictable and controllable. You know. But then the weekend is where things can go crazy. I can have social events. I can have things I need to go out of the house for. Like now I'm taking in like a babysitting thing to get, you know, money because again, no steady job. So like the weekends are just, you know, so full of unknowns and uncertainties. It's just the worst.
Yeah.
And I feel horrible about that, but I'm like, yeah, I honestly think I dread weekends more because who knows what I'm doing. And I'm always worried. I'm like, is it going to be too much? Is it going to be, you know, and I'll be fine once I get into it usually, but like, I still am constantly just hit by this whole, am I going to be able to survive this? Like, anxiety sucks because it means that like everything feels tiring.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that guy didn't get through that stack of dudes, because otherwise he would have hit the red one first, so. Okay, let's see. It's gonna take... So here's the fun part. We're gonna see how long is it gonna take me to hit this red shield. Hopefully not terribly long, because, you know, that is always the way it happens with these sort of things. So... yeah, honestly, I will say that, like, it is nice that, like, unlike the...
Hello. Bye, friend.
Yeah, bring it
Can
up.
you bring me some pie?
Yeah, we're kind of under a bunch... We're kind of behind a bunch of cords in front of a live studio audience. So, well, I mean, at least I think they're alive. No confirmation or, you know, on
About
that.
what?
If our audience is truly alive.
I mean, it's 9:30. I'm not alive. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. I was like, I think I know why. I was like, why are you so healthy? And like, you lost a lot of weight, like in a good way, like healthy, and you exercising.
When I
You're
finally
able
get
to do
Medicaid,
stuff?
maybe I'll figure out if I have
Well,
any digestive issues.
Well, I'm thinking about like, how did you accomplish that? I'm like, well, I'm not doing this and this, and I'm like, oh, I should be seeing just like that. I was like, well, the difference is also I sleep like 5 hours a night, and you go to bed at like 10 and sleep in until like 8 or 9. So you're getting a very healthy, regular amount of sleep.
Probably.
Because I'm like 2 hours.
Well,
At least once a week, I seem to unintentionally pull all-nighters, if not near all-nighters.
You know what I
think
figured out?
that's what's-
gosh, I'm just never gonna get that right shit. You know what I found out is it's not a matter of going to bed at 10. It's getting in bed at 10, even if you still only fall asleep at midnight, because then at least you are making the active effort to try and be asleep.
But
at
here's
that
the
point.
difference. I can get, or I could be in bed at 5 p.m., but I still might be awake at 5 a.m.
So that's
My bed might stay straight.
so like you're doing that thing that I saw on Instagram.
Sleep
Try-
procrastination, baby.
Yeah, you're trying to have control over your life, so you're choosing to be awake.
I do love to be asleep.
So like, because my thing is like I'm gonna go to bed at 10. I don't often fall asleep around 10. Sometimes it can be quick, and other times it'll be like, here we are, 3 hours later, and I'm still awake. But you know, I think it's more about the effort of getting into bed. The idea that you're gonna say, it's more not necessarily falling asleep, it's the idea that I'm telling myself, I'm gonna stop whatever I'm working on, whatever activity I'm doing, at 10, you know? Even if I'm not necessarily falling asleep then. Because then, like, you know, like, if I have, like, days, like, this is why I don't even, like, read fanfiction in bed anymore, because I'm like, otherwise I would have things where I'm like,
Sure, how do I play that? She's making me play like a first-person perspective.
depends, are we a boob?
Move right
Perspective.
Option A. No, B. Which one? Can you pull them both close to the camera? Okay,
This is
that's
just going to
option
be
A.
one of those days that's going to take a
Show me
ridiculous
option
amount of time to
Yeah,
get.
A's fine.
This is what I'm talking about with these puzzles, where I'm like, I'm aiming for this one shield. And I'm not going to be able to hit this one shield because it keeps running into other
Yeah, this
units.
is Two little boobies. Two little butt cheeks. That looks good. Stop!
Are they boobs or butt cheeks? Because that's a very big
Stop.
difference
No,
in your
too
case.
Much. No, go back. Too much. Why'd you put snot on my butt?
My units just can't get past the enemy's charging units, so
What
we're
are
just going
those?
to be
I
in
can't
this
see-
constant
I can't see
cycle.
the labels.
All I need to do is hit that dang red shield right there, but I keep crashing into the enemy
So look at
units.
nutrition facts. You'll never know what they're like. No, I'm looking at
The funny thing is, I'm probably going to
You hold
get
it,
killed
rotate
just
it
from
like
this
this is
guy.
like a
These guys just
video
constantly
game.
hitting me because I can't hit the
You have to
shield.
rotate, yeah, no, you don't bounce it. You have to rotate it at like a really weird angle. Okay, if you guys are never watching the 3D game before, I'm okay. Can I have?
I mean, Mom probably really hasn't
Oh my
never
gosh,
played a
it's like-
3D game, so you know that's fair.
That's very good, Mom. You're rotating it so nice. Good girl. Good girl. I pat you. I would like chocolate guster on mine, please. How cute he is. Aw, thank you. Gus is laying like a rug
I'm
on
gonna
the
try and merge these guys, so hopefully they can actually get through.
Aw, Bebo is sleepy, girl. Sleepy boy. No, I'm okay.
Oh boy.
What do you... No, thank you. Evie, did you want any toppings on your fries? They've got top 5... Nope. They've got chocolate milk syrup. They've got caramel milk syrup. And they've got caramel in a jar. Thoughts?
Caramel, I guess.
Evie would like caramel. Not specific to which one, so you can choose.
The other one you said was caramel chocolate syrup or whatever.
No, it's chocolate,
Last
caramel,
one.
and also caramel, but in a jar.
The first one you said was a syrup. That's why the caramel is the last one.
Evie would like caramel as in the jar. What? Yeah, she gave you caramel. Okay. I would like hella whipped cream, dog. Hella whipped cream.
Now we're in a tavern. This guy looks like he'd be friends with Bing Bong. This looks like
Nice mustache.
yeah, this looks like someone Bing Bong would date.
I love a good old handlebar. That's not a handle. What's that, mutton chop?
Yeah.
I don't know these things.
Welcome to Sleepingstead
How are
Inn,
you
lad.
holding
Roll is
yourself?
the name. What can I do for you? I seek refuge at your inn, sir. Just a few hours to collect myself.
What am I supposed to get from in here?
That voice, Godric, is it really you? This is the guy we fought as a boss in, Anwin's campaign. He's got a dog. Surrounded by enemies, even a murky inn. If you wish to capture me, draw your sword. I like how that guy in the purple shirt at the top corner, he's just going at it.
That's actually Bing Bong. Bing Bong when he was like 25.
Yeah, we were debating Bing Bong's age today in the chat.
Homie is Bing Bong is like the male version of a cougar, but not in a predatory way.
Why would you use that?
Thoughts from the core: are cougars predatory?
Yes. I'm pretty sure they're very predatory. No, sire, you mistake my intent. It's me, Sir Varkus. Which is, I'll say his name is better than whatever Findan or whatever it is. Anyone's coming. So, you're a knight of the Empire? You know me? Yes, well, I was a knight. Do you not recognize me? I was a year ahead of you at the Unicorn Duchy Academy. We were in the same advanced jousting class. Varkus.
Farkus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all called you Farkus because you suck so bad.
And now I'm here, all because an elf girl convinced me my marching orders from the Emperor were unfounded. That sounds like Anwin. Anwin, yes that- yeah, I'm like, see, he remembers. Anwin, yes, that was her name. It was her heart-wrenching story that ruined my life. I argued with Count Carlisle, the newly appointed general. I begged him to stop his war on the elves. He called me a fool to believe her and said Lord Edric was in league with them all. He stripped me of my command and jailed my men for following my orders. My father was no traitor, and you are no fool, Sir Varkus. Come, lead me to this jail where your brave men rot, and we shall break them out. Couldn't help but overhear you. I'll join you. Just let me get my spear.
Boom!
Sir Tolliver.
Thanks,
like
girl.
Tolliver is a good name. We're happy to have your spear on your side. Just down. Cup of Feralia's head courage tea first.
Yay. Ice cream time! Yay! Thank you,
You didn't put any lactate on mine.
Can you be a lactate, please? You give it to me. Put ice cream on my fork.
I also think it's fine you should put it in the thing. I'm like, that
No, now I
feels
gotta
like
find where to
these
put it.
priestesses should serve you about. Good luck. Strength P89. Okay, so that's interesting.
That you
So,
just gave you 3
No. Here's the deal. So, in the original game, obviously I told you, you get these 3. You never get the priestesses. You have to buy them. So the fact that they just give it to you now, that's fine with me.
That's a fine.
Well, because, actually, I'm gonna make these guys the white ones. We're gonna make you... I think when they're blonde better. We're gonna, so, because there's a, like, if you try and do these, like, the way I did it when I originally played the game, was that I did it the way, you know, like, you think that you're supposed to do it, where you're, like, you know... I think we'll leave it like that. I like it better as white. But, so, what you normally do is that you have, yeah, save the game. And so you just have your 3 base units, and you have to go fight these guys. You do a puzzle, and, like, you know, in order to free the guys, let's go talk to the bounty hunter guy and see if we got some people to kill. I like how it's almost unnecessary. He has his hand in front of where he has an eye patch.
I thought that was just edgelord hair.
No, believe it or not, I originally thought this was a
So
beard.
he's got,
It's
like-
actually a bandana. In the original version,
I believe it.
it actually looks way more like a
He
beard.
has all this clothes on, but then he's got his elbows out. I'm gonna cut your elbow off. You got nothing to protect yourself. You can't kill me if you have no arms.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a moment here to go my pie before it starts melting. It's Pie Day for those who don't know. So we have pie.
3.14, baby. Don't worry, guys. Spring break's coming up soon, and then I'll be back to my jovial self. And by that I mean, well,
But we can hope. Anyway, so essentially what you normally will do is that I'm debating if I want to try his puzzle. I might as well. So I need a knight to take the challenge. I can go buy a knight probably. But so normally So normally, you have just the base units, you have to go fight these guys, but you can buy priestesses. I like how he's like, fancy boy. You looking at me? I'm like, do you see any fancy men in this place besides me? Having a chat with fancy boy here. You think you're something? This sounds like a sort of thing Bing Bong would say. You think you're something else, don't you? With your shiny armor, and normal-shaped head?
What's wrong with this stupid head?
I'm not looking for trouble, friend. Well, you found trouble. Trouble with a capital Jarvis. I can't fight this guy, but I'm curious what his level is. Yeah.
6.
Yeah. That's the thing. Most of the people that you
Fun
fight in here
diamonds.
you're not higher enough level. So, you know, I think this guy is too high level for me too right now.
Got my milk on!
Yeah. Can you say this in Bing Bong's accent?
Alright, I got my milk on. It's hard for me to say if I don't. I gotta warm up for a while. Yeah, we can do on the ice cream. Who wants a piece of Georgie?
I thought that was pretty good. I guess that would be me. Level 4. Probably could be him. Let's see. Also worried about my ice cream melting over here. I don't think
My
Olivia's
favorite
coming back.
consistency of ice cream is when it is like half melted, it is kind of soupy. That's my favorite.
I'm incredibly prone to making messes now.
Hard ice cream first. Slurp, you can kind of slurp it like a little drink. It's like sweet milk.
I mean, that is what it is.
There was one. Someone somewhere like bit ice cream, and I'm like, you're a psychopath. And it might have been Patrick.
It probably was.
Little kids are crazy now.
They are. So I will say, priestesses are. I hope they haven't nerfed them too, because that would just kind of suck. But priestesses are really good units because they heal you as they charge up. So if you take damage, as long as like when I originally would play this game, I always had a couple priestesses lined up. Funny thing, that these were they actually changed the genders of a lot of these units. Like these were originally priests. The ghosts were originally just zombies. The vampires were actually female looking. So like they had like
I love a good androgynous vampire one.
yeah, but they just have like a lot of these things just seem to like just kind of change around over time, which I guess I'm not really opposed to. Just it's kind of interesting to see. And they made the ghost explicitly female now, which I'm not really against, but it's also like I originally also did kind of like the original one looked like almost sort of like a Frankenstein-ish monster with the chains and the like stitched up head
This one's more
and
like
black eyes.
Siren.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's not bad. I'll wait until we get to that part of the story to judge, but it's also kind of like, I did kind of like the original look of it. I thought it would just looked a little cooler. Just because it looked just more, demon-esque. So, that's fine. Let's move here for now. But, so, continue working my pie between turns. So I'm curious if I'll have to see when I get the units myself, but like the knights, the biggest thing they do is that when you put them together, they're fully charged.
Buddy, he's with the ram.
I know.
About a giant.
It's gonna hurt, that's for sure, but I think I'm gonna be fine. I really just have to survive so many hits, But the reason the knights are really useful, so that's the thing. This knight's charging up, which makes me think that they'd change that. Which will bother me if they did.
Ooh, doggy. Wow, you died so fast.
Yeah, well, we're gonna retry again, because I think I can do this. But here's the deal. So originally the knights, the idea is that they came fully charged. Which means you can use them defensively as well as offensively, because it means you immediately got a unit on the field that had like maybe like 20 health or whatever, so they wouldn't charge up it. They still took 4 turns to attack, but it meant that you had a thing of hit points sitting somewhere on your field that could potentially protect a weaker unit behind it, like a priestess. Or later on when you get the angels, they will heal up any unit that's charging on the field, so you have them behind maybe a group of knights. Then as the knight takes damage, because they won't charge up over turns, but they start with the maximum amount. As they do it over time, the angels will heal them, which, you know, could be a pretty useful strategy. But again, I almost am like compelled to go and make a review video on this, just to compare and contrast the difference between these two games. Because right now I'm just seeing so many things where I'm like, this is probably not a problem of the Switch Definitive Edition. This is most likely problems that were born of the PC port, and they just, you know, left them in. But I'm like, so far I'm just seeing like, wow, so many things I thought were better balanced in the DS game. Because I've played the DS game so many times. That is one that I legitimately think about getting like a physical copy of, even if I had to pay like $60 or something for it. Because I love the game so much. Like, I very recently, actually, I went and looked on eBay. So, well, this is for, remember the other day I told you about I was getting Fossil Fighters? I found somebody who was selling one. I got for $35. Which I think is a reasonable price. I mean, I'm honestly willing to pay up to $60 because that's how much I have to pay for a Switch game. And sometimes it's not even a game I know I'm going to like. So if it's a game I know I love, then I don't mind as much because, you know, you already know you love it. So, but the biggest thing is that, I go and, I originally played Fossil Fighters, essentially through an emulator. I would love to do a series on that game's series as well, because I really love Fossil Fighters. Is definitely a game that gave me my philosophy on graphics are not everything. It's all about good and compelling gameplay. And maybe even a compelling story. Maybe at the very least likable characters, because Fossil Fighters, the original game, outside of the actual combat system with, you know, it's Fossil Fighters about fighting dinosaurs, essentially. Outside of the actual combat system where you know, do the fighting with the dinosaurs, in which case I think the animation's pretty good. The animation for like the overworld sprites, even like the rank animations, they're like on little stick legs. It's the most basic of animations. The point is actually kind of laughable. But that doesn't matter because it's also, it's kind of like how we feel about Ace Attorney. It's like, it's a silly game. So you're like, this is fine because it fits the tone. Like, we aren't taking ourselves too seriously in this world anyway. So it makes sense. And Fossil Fighters is a very interesting series. So after the first Fossil Fighters came out, and I went and got to the second one came out, Champions, and that was one that I knew I wanted. Like, as soon as I saw it come out, I think that was a birthday gift someone got for me, was the second Champions. And Champions improves on the first one so many ways. Like, I think I will just go and play. I will go, I think, look for it, find a physical edition of the original 3DS game, and hopefully it will not absolutely break my wallet, and I will go and play that, record footage for that, purely for the point of comparing the sprite work between the two games. Because this other thing, the priestesses, on, like, their sprites, I think look better here. However, the animation for their attack looks way cooler than the other one, because they do the Archsage thing where they throw up their staff, swing it around, and then shoot a blast. This one just holds it up.
Yeah.
And you know I like me a good, like, a staff wielder who has a little bit of, you know, action in their staff wielding, you know? You can set up, like, one wall, but this guy's probably gonna, like, wreck me again. So looking forward to that. Let's see if I get insta-killed by this knight again. Well, I'm not done yet, so that's good. But anyway, so I have Flash Fire's Champions on my game. So much improved on the first game. definitely like the best experience. It has actually a really interesting story, some good characters, some 3D cutscenes and everything. You know, we're talking. This was still the DS era, so like it just showed that like the DS could really make some pretty cool stuff if the developers were behind it. You know, and honestly, that's kind of the reason I like miss Nintendo's handheld consoles, because I feel like they had so many unique games on those consoles, especially on the DS. The 3DS as well, but especially on the DS. They had so many, like, just unique games that now are getting ported to the Switch and getting, like, a second life there. But, like, because they have these cult classics, man, if they re-release Drone Tactics, I would just die. That is a really fun strategy RPG. With some surprisingly good graphics and story. In fact, it almost feels like a Saturday morning anime sort of thing, where like this, it feels like it actually should have an anime of some sort to it, and it doesn't. It's just a game. But I'm like, that's another one that I'm like, if I had the option to, I would love to get a physical version of that. But the good news is something hits me now. I do have my shield charged up, and I do have some. See, the good news is that I took damage, but I have my priestesses charging up, so they are healing me steadily, which is nice. It's not a lot, but you know, it's something. I also don't know how much they're healing right now, so that's why I have to go back and read the unit details, because they've changed stuff. So, and again, it's probably only is a problem because I did play, this is how I got through our London trip flight, which I was remarkably anxious for. Because I played this, like, the majority of the time. And I tried to sleep for a little bit, but that didn't really work, so
No, dog, when we went to London last summer, we took an overnight one there, but because I think the way that we were with the jet stream, the flight only took 6 hours. You know, it's supposed to be like an 8-hour flight. It only took 6 hours, and we went overnight. And with the time change, we left at 6 p.m. and we arrived at about 6 a.m. Hey, I don't know math. I'm not a mathematician. All I know is we arrived there in our Airbnb. We couldn't check in until noon, and we arrived at 6 in the morning. And because it was a 6-hour flight, we left at 6 p.m. our time. None of us really slept. We all tried to. We didn't. You know, it's hard to go to sleep when it's
also,
like 6 p.m.
You're either a person who can fall asleep easily on a plane, or you're not. There's not really a lot of in between.
I have become, after that traveling, every other flight I've taken since we flew to London, I have, against my will, fallen asleep. My body was like, yo, dog, we are never doing that again. We're on a plane. Good night. Won't you? Never.
Yeah.
And then it was really nice, like when or when we flew back unfortunately when we flew back from London, it was an 8-hour flight we were going against the jet stream, which sucked because that plane was full. And that was a daytime flight. I'd much rather fly there with a more packed flight and then fly back on a overnight, like a red eye or something. I would much rather do that.
Let's see if they
It's way easier to sleep.
Let's see if they lowered the damage. The normal threshold for how much Edric's Shield or the Holy Shield ability can take is 50. I wonder if they lowered the threshold for that, because I did test it once to see how much damage I could take.
I did die multiple times in a row.
Well, one time I was like, okay, there's like 70 damage things on the field. I only have like, I only had like 50 health at the time. Like, let's see how much I can do. And it took a good chunk of it, but it wasn't like, it definitely did have a limit. How much it was like, it said it was going to take. So, let's take this guy. But, so we'll see if this still takes, but it is an ability you always want to charge up. Like, like anyone, but you also don't want to, like, put it off recklessly. You usually do it for things like this, where it's like... Did I still take... How much damage did I take from that? I still took damage from that, so that didn't even hold back 18 points of damage. I'm gonna have to look at how these abilities work now, because they're very different from what I remember. And we're gonna move my priestess so she does not get killed. I'm probably gonna still die in this turn anyway, though. Well, if I die to this again, I'm just going to, I'll come back to this. I'm gonna go do a little grinding then, to get some extra levels on my units. Again, I guess I could go, grab a knight to do that puzzle. Puzzles are a great way. I used to avoid the puzzles when I did this the first 2 times. So the puzzles are a great way to get free experience. Man are held in prison to the Tower of these. I hate that puzzle over there, because, like, I mean, admittedly, I do like a lot of the units Godric has. Okay, good. We actually have enough to get some horses.
I think his units look boring.
No, I mean, like,
I
and
also thought the elf. I'm generally not a big fan of like super paladin-esque designs. Just
oh, I'm not talking about design. I'm talking about like their power levels. But let's see. While charging, protected by
they're probably weak
by
baby
shields
losers.
worth. That's stupid.
What?
I'm reading his ability. While charging, is protected by a shield worth 50% of his max. So essentially, his max power is 20.
Mm-hmm.
He's protected by half of that.
10. So you can only take 10 damage. Just
Well,
so you can only take 10
the whole
damage.
point of the original knight was the fact that they charged up immediately. But that means that they got damaged. They wouldn't heal every turn. Like every other unit will heal every turn until it's done charging. So that was the whole thing. It's like, you on one hand could use them defensively like a wall, but also that would really weaken their attack power if they took too much damage.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just like, well, that's dumb. Heals your unit while charging them. Okay, that's the same. That's the same. It's the same. Defense and show 50% of his max HP. That's horrible. Originally, it was like it had a max of 50 damage
Yeah.
at any given point, which obviously, as you got higher in levels and the attacks got bigger, was less of a, you know, useful ability, because then it's like, well, you still had to be strategic to make sure you weren't ever taking more than 50 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Remaining power is doubled then launched. That's so... I'm going to have words with the internet about this. I'm going to have words with the internet about this. Again, this is probably a problem that was in the PC port too. But I don't know, because I didn't play the PC port. So we're going to blame the Definitive Edition on Switch. You know, I'm so glad. I remember I was telling you I was originally thinking about getting the Special Edition for this game.
I'm glad you didn't.
I'm glad I didn't, because this is not the game I love. I will go and buy $60. I'll put down $60 to get the DS game. Purely to, like, you know, record, you know, footage. Okay.
I'm the guy passed out on the table.
Yeah. No, I thought... So you're not the guy... You're not the guy in the corner?
That's me on the right. That's me trying to hype myself up to go to work.
So I literally bought the knight only so I could come and do this puzzle.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. So... Let's put... You charge up all three of these somehow, so... Put you here.
Oh my
have
god.
to do them the opposite
Seraphim.
You know, I was watching a video today that was talking about, like, you know, they were trying to determine in Hazbin Hotel, like, what sort of hierarchy they use of angels, like, you know, like, actually, believe it or not, for the angels they've used so far, at least confirmed that exist within, like, the Hazbin Hotel universe based on Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. Have you ever heard of the cherubim exist? I think they said it was Ophimim or, like, something with an A that are, like, the ones that have, like, the wheels within their heads. Like, you know, the true angels, the ones that are many eyes and a bunch of wheels and stuff like that. The biblically accurate angels, exactly. But, I have to charge up all these units in order to take out those three things. So essentially I have to get all three of these elite units charged. Yeah. Nope, I did that in the wrong order again. Dang it. So, and they were talking about, like, you know, how, like, what's the hierarchy of angels and, like, stuff like that. I'm like, actually, there are, like, because for the amount of angels they've shown in, like, the, you know, the Hazbin universe.
All three of them?
Yeah, it's not that hard. I just need to get all three of them charged. Oops, I hit the wrong button. And so, like, they were talking about, like, you know, essentially the thing is that, like, they've only shown, like, 3 types of angels, which have a very clear hierarchy, which is, you know, you have Seraphim, which are the highest of angels, those are the ones with the 6 wings, and then you have, like, Cherubim, which are, you know, in the Hazbin universe are apparently low-ranking angels. So let me put this one here. Put this Here. Nope, that's still not right. It's really just figuring out what's the right order here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, like some of these sprites I definitely do think look very cool. I'm just kind of like their animations aren't either as good or as lively, or like, you know. So do that. 1, 2, 1. Nope, that's not working. It's definitely something that has to do with these guys. Once I put, yeah, after this puzzle. That's just why I did it. The other thing is I have to remember what order things happen, so sometimes I'll do it and be like, oh wait, that was the same thing I just did. Oops.
I think that was embarrassing. She hit it once and then died.
Yeah.
Dang, they put Adam in a parachute. Sorry.
Nope, that's not right either. Okay, I feel like I was closest the first time. I just did the wrong order of things, I think.
I like Adam in most when he's in his janky watercolor pixelated graphics.
Oh, Legends Arceus. What are you talking about? I wouldn't think that was... The funny thing is that whatever jank was in Legends Arceus now looks infinitely better because of how everything
Yeah.
Scarlet Violet was.
Legends Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game. Let me clarify that.
Like, it's amazing how much better it looks after everything that happened in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, let me make sure you guys know I love this game.
I figure out how to get that white knight out of the way. So I'm close, but I need one more move. So now I think about it, I might have an idea. I need to move that other lady over a space. So let's try this again. So I need to move her over a space anyway. Move you there. I also wonder if they changed this from the original one. I remember there being like one puzzle that I was just like, this is just difficult. Yeah, I'm still one move short. I got the one on the other side charged this time. Now I don't have the one on the other side. The one on the right side charged, and the one on the left side charged. So yeah, I need to have them both charged so they're strong and break through the walls.
Because it is embarrassing to watch him like, watch this! Dunk. Doesn't
Yeah.
break the wall all the way down.
Yeah, she's doing her best. Let me move this one here. Well, if it is admittedly just kind of, you gotta move things around. You see which combo gives you the right maneuver. Nope, I'm out of moves again. That's even worse than last time. Eventually you're gonna be like, I'm just running out of the wrong things to do. Yeah, we're working on it. You got any suggestions? think so, help him out. I think you're mocking me right now. Could never or would never?
Could never.
Let's try this instead. Nope, that's not right. It was arguably the worst.
I don't know, girl. I don't do puzzles. This has been a great stream so far. We've been sitting here in silence.
Yeah, we're doing so good tonight. Just, you can really feel the energy in the room.
I feel like the vibes tonight.
Yes, very strong vibes.
Very, very easy.
Okay, well that's not it. If you happen to look it up, I will inform you.
What's this called?
This is the first puzzle in Godric's Path. Just tell me if I'm being close.
I think I spelled all of them wrong. I'm definitely not watching the video. Oh, this is the DS. No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think anyone...
They're supposed to be the PC, because theirs just looks better than ours.
I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go and find the DS cartridge, and I'm gonna play that online. I'm gonna use Elliot's little fancy recording thing, and I'm gonna go do
So step one.
I'll do a quiet silent playthrough of the entire game.
White guy to the left, yellow guy to the left.
Which white? Which guy?
You have to make a wall. So take white guy, the far white guy, to the white.
I know there's a certain, like, order to this, I just can never remember what it is.
So move far white guy to behind the priestess. Move yellow guy. Oh, so you're just gonna ask me and then not listen to my instructions? Okay, cool.
No, I just wanted to see.
Yeah, that's not big.
I was like, I kind of remember this, and I'm trying to remember if I remember it correctly. By the way, I love it when you have your little, like, blue light glasses on. It makes you just look so intelligent.
I'm so smart. My brain is so long.
I think if you ever play, like, a smart, like, you know, like, Brainiac character in D&D, you definitely need to wear glasses like that.
Banging nog.
You do have an absolute banging nog.
My absolute noggin.
Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted you. What happens next, Melanie?
I closed the video. It was supposed to charge up your girly and your night.
At the same time?
Yes, you did it wrong.
Alright.
Because you were listening. Go back to the start and I will tell you again. Luckily I'm awesome and I
I mean, you know, I would normally be like, oh no, it's so shameful for me to look at things. I've played this game 5 times at this point. I've
So go back to
I've
the beginning.
I've beaten this game so many
Move that guy
times.
there. Move that guy to there. Kill that guy.
Okay, I knew there was something I was missing that had to do with the priestess. Again, I've beaten this game so many times. I've done all these puzzles before. I don't necessarily always remember how to do them every time, so I don't, you know. Woo! Good job, us. Okay. You are the best. See, I got full level. I got, like, all my units leveled up off of that. Puzzles are worth a good amount of experience, and it's, like, the one way that you honestly don't have to fight. And I got, like, a lot of resources. So, now I can go buy another knight, so I don't have a singular one. Anyway, but we're gonna say that's where we're gonna end for now. Short stream tonight. I don't want to be up late. I gotta teach tomorrow. You ever had...
I have to teach
Yeah. I've had this one spot in my life that's been, like, really itchy lately, and, like, I'm wondering why, you know? Yeah, I hope it's not anything bad. It wouldn't probably be using bad reason for, like, an area or skin itching, right?
Don't ask me. I don't know these things.
Just give me your honest...
The person said don't know these things.
Give me your relative answer.
I don't know.
Anyway, so, yeah, short stream tonight, not doing a whole lot, just kind of playing this game and getting by a little bit. We started late, I don't have a ton of energy at the moment, I also don't want to be up late. So if we're already hitting, like, 10 o'clock, that is my bedtime. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do for tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday. We're thinking of maybe, I have a special edition I bought for a game called Coffee Talk. Which, from my understanding, is supposed to be kind of like half visual novel, half like coffee barista simulator. So it might be a fun thing for us to do. I've never played it before, but I got the super special edition that comes with a free coffee mug. So, you know, it's worth to me for that much. I've been just really into collecting special editions lately. Plus, it got, like, it's normally a eShop game, but I got the 2 physical editions for Switch, and I got a bunch of other stuff that came with it. So, you know. If I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna be like, well, if I have to buy 2, if it's gonna give me 2 games out of it, I think that's a worthwhile special edition. So yeah, anyway, so we might play that next week. I'm not sure what else otherwise we have on the docket for Tuesday, but we'll do something Tuesday, we'll keep doing this Thursday. Do you think that guy who's dancing in the corner, that's his chest hair?
Yes.
Just looking at this guy right now. I'll continue to make notations on this game, and, give my different gripes and grievances and stuff like that, and I think we'll have to go through the whole game just so I can use this footage to later on use for some sort of online video essay comparison thing. Anyway, but, so that's it for tonight. I don't think we really talked about much of anything. We're kind of tired. I think the only thing I mentioned was the fact that I got a copy of Fossil Fires off of eBay.
Yeah, that was nice.
Because it's the only one I don't have yet. I have the second game and the third game. I bought both of those physical when they came out, but I never actually got the first one physically. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this to complete my collection. That'd be a fun game series to do it too as well at some point. Because the Fossil Fire games are just some good, like, good dinosaur fun, you know? It also has a pretty competent battle system, which is more than a lot of creature catcher games can have today. It's honestly the reason I'm, you know, don't really want to... Not sure about games like Pal World and stuff like that. I'm like, I want some strategy with my Monster Hunter catcher things, even if it's just a 3, you know, triangle system. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do for tonight. Malin's gonna go over and turn off the stream now.
Yes, I'm in the middle of something.
But, so, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll try and be a little earlier. Thank you for anyone who did show up. This was a kind of last-minute stream. We're working on growing our audience, maybe someday. Invite your friends. We'd love to have more people to talk to.